Time for Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero. When it comes to news on 95.1 FM, weather always comes first. Across the Deep South, heavy rain and thunderstorms will continue with the potential for more flooding. Meanwhile, widespread dense fog will make for poor visibilities for the central portion of the nation. The wet weather and warmer temperatures will move into the eastern third of the country, and the Pacific Northwest continues with episodes of heavy rain. Close at home, a front moves through today, so with that comes winds and a slight chance for showers. Sunshine returns a little later on today and will stick with us into the week. We'll have another look at the weather following this news. Keep Alamogordo Beautiful announces that they're pausing the graffiti removal reporting services effective immediately. Keep Alamogordo Beautiful states that they will also be postponing any pending graffiti removal projects that were under the current program.
KAB has had a program where people could request like a graffiti removal service from KAB for people that needed help in removing graffiti. And so we are putting a pause on that program at the moment. We're trying to look for more sustainable and kind of economical options to take care of it.
Sven Sears from Keep Alamogordo Beautiful speaking with KALH. The public is being directed to report any graffiti to the City of Alamogordo Code Enforcement.
If there is graffiti, you can report it to Code Enforcement, and we will go take a report and let the property owner know that they have to remove the graffiti.
Josh Side speaking with KALH. Tips to prevent graffiti include keep property well maintained and clean, report graffiti immediately, install security cameras as well as lights, and collaborate with neighbors to watch for graffiti. The Alamo Senior Center presents the Valentine's Day Dance.
All right, sir. It's going to be held on February the 14th. That's on a Wednesday, and it's going to be here from 2 to 5 in the dining room. Dancing and music by Bull Rivers. The cost is $10. We're going to be having for food, the brisket, baked potato, vegetables, a dinner roll, and dessert.
Gloria speaking with Crazy Radio. If you have any questions, call 575-439-4150. The Immaculate Car Club is bringing a car show to the Sergeant Willie Estrada Memorial Civic Center on February 17th.
It's called the Hugs and Kids Car Show, and we have one of our guys, Charles Bates. He's going to be in charge of bringing down the MB Riders. A lot of the people in the 90s actually remember these guys that are coming out, so they're going to be coming out and showing some love. They're going to have a concert from 7 o'clock to 12 o'clock, and our car show is going to be 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. So we're going to be having roll-in where we're inviting all cars, all bikes, all pedal cars, motorcycles, anything that anybody has that they would like to show and show some love out there. And that's going to be the show. So roll-in will be at 11 o'clock. The car show will be from 1 o'clock to 5 o'clock. And we will have vendors out there. We'll have some food trucks out there and a great atmosphere.
$20 to register your vehicle, and the money does go to a great cause.
That's going to actually go out to support our Immaculate Role Model kids. And what we do is we help the kids build lowrider bikes.
The public is invited to enjoy these vehicles. No charge for spectators. Check out the Immaculate Car Club Facebook page for details. Well, today is Friday. Let's get a cat chat from Kitty City.
Hi, this is Kathy Denton with Kitty City NM, and welcome to this week's edition of Cat Chat. This week, Kitty City is featuring Shasta. On the day after Christmas, Shasta graced Kitty City with her presence. She was a very nice belated Christmas gift to Kitty City. Likewise, it was a wonderful gift for Shasta to come to Kitty City. This sweet girl had been on the streets. How she got there, we cannot imagine. We are only grateful that she is now safe, sound, warm, and comfortable in our Kitty City building. Shasta was trapped by a kind and caring cat lover who brought Shasta to Kitty City. The vet was able to get her in right away, and Shasta was spayed and microchipped. Shasta was shy and timid after returning from the vet. However, it was quickly obvious that she was a naturally friendly kitty who loved being cuddled in our arms. Although Shasta is still a bit shy, she never shies away from any of our affections. She seems to genuinely want us to pick her up and hold her close. We talk to her softly and reassuringly, and she responds positively. We are doing our very best to help Shasta forget her past experiences. Shasta is almost 9 months old and has been spayed, vaccinated, rabies, and microchipped. She is a gray, short-haired tabby. She is super cute and amazingly sweet. Shasta is slowly becoming more and more open, and she loves to be loved. Come to Kitty City NM at 56 Stanley Ranch Road to see Shasta and give her some extra love. Kitty City always welcomes volunteers that can sit with, talk to, pet and hold kitties like Shasta. These kitties benefit so greatly to have the one-on-one contact with humans. Also, please visit our website to see all of our adoptable cats and kittens at www.kittycitynm.com. Tomorrow, Saturday, January 27, Kitty City NM will be at the White Sands Mall from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. with cats and kittens ready for their forever homes. Please stop by and visit us at the mall tomorrow, Saturday, January 27, and meet your forever friend ready to go home with you. This has been this week's edition of Cat Chat. I'm Kathy Denton, and I'll be talking with you next week from Kitty City NM. Kitty City and you. No one loves them better.
News from around the state in just a moment. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
Local news from local perspectives from local voices. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Local sports, local events, and local happenings, and more. Owned and operated by Second Life Media. We are Otero County. AlamogordoTownNews.com. Heard daily on Crazy KALH Radio 95.1.
Directory Plus is the right size book. It's the book if you need a phone book.
That's what just one person has to say about Directory Plus. With its red cover, features, colorful yellow pages, and lots more, it's no wonder people all over use Directory Plus.
It has so much more information. You can cross-check phone numbers or addresses or pretty much anything.
Look on the plus side, Directory Plus.
I'm a big fan of Directory Plus.
Las Cruces police arrested 20-year-old Xavier Noe Altamirano for the shooting death of 23-year-old Stephen Alarcon. That happened on December 23rd. They also arrested Jesus Adan Herrera, the alleged driver of the car. Altamirano has been charged with second-degree murder and a second-degree count of shooting at or from a car. They arrested and charged Herrera with conspiracy to commit a second-degree felony, tampering with evidence, violating terms of his probation, and a felon being in possession of a firearm. 19-year-old Cole Ray Shorty of Tehajali in northwestern New Mexico pled guilty to voluntary manslaughter. That's due to a 2022 death of a victim identified only as John Doe. Under his plea agreement, Shorty admitted that he went to John Doe's home in May of 2022 in order to retrieve a backpack he believed was stolen. John Doe was seated in the driver's seat of a vehicle when Shorty approached and opened the back door of the vehicle to look for the backpack. John Doe got out of the vehicle with a knife and a bat. After a confrontation and struggle, Shorty gained control of the bat and struck John Doe in the head, knocking him unconscious. It was later determined by the Office of the Medical Inspector that John Doe had died from blunt head trauma. Under the plea agreement, Shorty faces up to 15 years behind bars. A date for his sentencing has not yet been set. 23-year-old Saul Luna Villa, a soldier at Fort Bliss, is facing extradition from Juarez following his arrest for aggravated femicide. Villa's lawyers are attempting to convince the court to grant him bail despite the extradition process. Villa, who is an El Paso native and has been stationed at Fort Bliss for 2 years, has been accused of killing a 19-year-old mother in Juarez last year. Documents state that Villa also has military charges pending against him, but that he currently remains a service member. Law enforcement in Mexico found the teen's body on April 7th. She had been shot in the head and upper chest. The victim's mother says the victim spent the afternoon with Villa, who she had been dating for around 4 years. A friend of the victim told police that the couple argued often and that Villa was often jealous and very possessive. It was added that the arguments often led to Villa pushing the victim around. On the day of her death, witnesses say the victim got into a dark truck driven by a man in a white T-shirt. Security footage from a house near where the body was found shows a black truck pull up, a man in a white T-shirt get out and put a bundle on the ground, then drive away. Cordova Bridge records show that Luna had crossed the border several times in an all-terrain black GMC truck, despite the prohibition on active-duty military members crossing the border. Not much is known about the current federal investigation into 5 Albuquerque police officers and 1 Albuquerque attorney. The U.S. Attorney's Office has been quiet, other than saying that they are working on an ongoing investigation.
I understand the frustration of the community. I understand frustrations of individuals throughout the community.
Albuquerque City Councilor Dan Champagne spoke with KOB.
One thing that was disturbing to me was not only the lack of communication with the public to address it, but also the lack of communication with us. And again, I said this in Monday night, it's not necessarily communicating the details of investigation, because we all know that that's not appropriate or needed. As a public elected official, you're asked that we can present a united front in that. That we talk hand in hand and show that we are working together. Because not only is this a black eye for the department, it is for the city.
The names of the people under the investigation are not being used, as no one has yet been charged. This is a process that could take months. Last Thursday, the district attorney dismissed the first round of over 150 DWI cases connected to a federal investigation.
Having to dismiss approximately 150 DWI cases made me sick to my stomach, but I had no choice. My ethics as a prosecutor required me to dismiss those cases.
The former U.S. Attorney for the District of New Mexico, Damon Martinez, is currently running against Sam Bregman in the coming election for Bernalillo County District Attorney. A male reported to police that he was raped inside of a bathroom at the University of New Mexico. The incident happened on Thursday, November 25th, around 7 p.m. at Dane Smith Hall. The University of New Mexico Police Department is investigating. The suspect fled the hall in an unknown direction, and no other details are available at this time. A serial killer linked to multiple cold cases in Albuquerque was sentenced yesterday after pleading guilty. Judge Cindy Leos sentenced Paul Apodaca to a minimum of 45 years in prison on charges of rape and murder. He was facing 5 charges and pled guilty to all of them. Police say Paul Apodaca confessed to 3 cold case murders after he was arrested in July of 2021 for a probation violation. He told police detectives he killed UNM student Aletha Oakley in 1988, 13-year-old Stella Gonzalez that same year, and 18-year-old Caitlin Arquette in 89. In August, Apodaca's attorney tried to get that confession thrown out. 2 months later, a judge denied that motion. Family members of the victims addressed Apodaca in the court hearing Thursday via Zoom.
I want Apodaca to go to sleep every single night thinking about my little sister in a graveyard, rotting beneath the stone that speaks to our family's love and loss.
That was Caitlin's sister, Carrie Arquette. After the family spoke,
I apologize with all my heart for the pain it caused.
Apodaca told the families that he has cried rivers of tears for his victims. He cried rivers of tears. Well, Apodaca, tell you what, you take those rivers and you can shove them straight up your ass. Sports and weather are next. This is Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.
They are role models and educators. Their work requires a great deal of time and energy for very little pay. Who are these unsung heroes?
Thanks, Coach.
Thanks, Coach.
The simple truth about education-based athletics in New Mexico is this. Without a committed team of coaches and administrators, they just wouldn't be possible. School sports, they bring out the best in all of us. This message presented by the New Mexico Activities Association and the New Mexico Athletic Directors Association.
There are 29 games for New Mexico girls basketball today, including Carrizozo at Corona Vaughn, Hatch at Magdalena, and Alamogordo heads to Oregon Mountain. Go Lady Tigers! There are 29 games for New Mexico varsity basketball today, including Carrizozo at Corona Vaughn, Hatch at Magdalena, Redoso at Hot Springs, and Oregon Mountain comes to Alamogordo. Go Tigers! Your Crazy Radio spot-on weather forecast for the Tularosa Basin today calls for mostly cloudy skies, gradually becoming sunny, with a 10% chance for showers. Mostly clear skies tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in the basin, 54, low tonight of 30, high tomorrow, 55 degrees. In Cloudcroft, mostly cloudy skies today with a 50% chance for snow. New snow accumulation less than 1 inch expected. Winds are going to be gusting as high as 22 miles per hour. Partly cloudy skies tonight, sunny tomorrow. Your high today in Cloudcroft, 31. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 12. Low tonight of 19. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 7. High tomorrow, 37. Wind chill's going to make it feel like it's 11 degrees. Local breaking news can be found on our website, alamogordotownnews.com. And you can learn more about Crazy Radio by visiting kalhradio.org. Also, check out the Crazy KALH Radio YouTube channel, because that's where we post our daily newscasts, complete interviews, and other information which concerns everyone in the Tularosa Basin. Be sure to give this video a like and subscribe to our channel if you've not done so already. That way you too can remain informed of the goings-on in the Tularosa Basin. Well, that concludes today's edition of Alamogordo Town News on Crazy Radio. I'm Anthony Lucero.